Hold on, I've got this. I'd like a large atomic shake and a double Brahmin burger. And easy on the agave sauce this time. I know where you live, Ramos. Open up. Have you considered that he might be senile? The Brotherhood's strategy for survival worked back when we had a larger force and no organized enemies. We're a tiny splinter from a shrinking group. We don't take on new members, but we're still picking fights with the big boys. The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart, or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong, or how to fix it. I think I need to go home. He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it. This from the girl who walked from I-15 to the Colorado River looking for her lost package? This from the guy who walked from I-15 to the Colorado River looking for his lost package? I hope you change your mind. I like the way you think. More or less. Supposedly it's a vegetation enhancer. NCR has a science branch headquartered at McCarran Airport. Guess they found something. Guess somebody wasn't very good at keeping secrets either. We'd never pursue it because it's not a weapon. But self-sufficiency is fundamental to us. If it works, they'd see the value of an alternate course. Yeah, maybe they'll think twice about engaging the NCR if they know one of those could be floating around. The notes say to look around Nellis Air Force Base. He suggests going through filing cabinets and computers in the commanding officer's quarters. I'm not giving up. He wants evidence, but he'll never go looking for it. He's scared I'm right. He'll never listen unless I hold the proof right in front of his face. That's my question to the Elder. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers or the Legions. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're going to survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members. Look at the followers of the Apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. They train them to be self-sufficient. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. They make friends like we make enemies, but they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. We wouldn't have to hide. Sure, yeah, just not too long, okay? I worry about them sometimes. I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same anymore. Our Elder before McNamara, he had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it. Okay. What better way to persuade them than to give them a taste of what they stand to gain, right? Maybe the best place to start is to see what we can find out directly from the NCR. Let's head to their OSI office at McCarran. Not much for family gatherings, huh? All right, have it your way. You ever want to look me up again? I'll be in my bunker in Hidden Valley. That's the luxury bunker. Great, thanks, thank you. I'll encourage people to name their non-ugly children after you. Seriously. Wow, don't everybody volunteer all at once now. I could do that. You're not interested in coming along? Hate to break up the band over a silly little thing like the future of everyone I care about. No, but it does make it easier to forgive him. He's just misguided. It's not too late to change his mind. Okay. Well, when you do, let me know, all right? I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets his attention is technology. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea. Electromagnetic weapon from before the Great War. Experimental. It never saw mass production. But they were building it as a countermeasure to power armor, which they feared the Chinese were developing. Supposedly a prototype was being housed at Nellis. Imagine what it could do to the Brotherhood. We'd be on equal footing with any idiot with a gun. It's a targeting device for some kind of doomsday weapon based at Helios 1. It was lost sometime after the war. We held Helios 1 for a time. Lost a lot of people defending it. Too many. All for this weapon they never got working. If it turns out to be a dud, it'd show how flawed our goals have been. Father Elijah said he thinks a scavenger might have sold it on the strip. They defended Helios like it was their last stand. Didn't even know if there was anything worth defending. How could there be, with all we lost? Even if it did work, it'd be under NCR control now. So it'd either prove our goals are wrong, or we're incapable of pursuing them. There's a pawn shop in Outer Vegas we could check, and I've heard of a gift shop in the Strip that deals in pre-war antiques. No. Our case wouldn't be any stronger if tomorrow they all died when their energy weapons backfired. I just didn't expect that. There was no getting through to him. I don't know if I can stay. Maybe it'd be better for everyone if I left. Spent my life somewhere else. Work with the followers of the apocalypse, maybe. Put my knowledge to some good use. Or I can stay here with the people I care about and do whatever I can until it comes to a slow or sudden end. There's no getting around that, is there? What would my life be like here, knowing what's to come? They're not going to like this. We're given a chance when we're young to choose whether to stay. If we do, it's supposed to be for life. But they haven't left me any choice. It's this or a lifetime of scavenging and watching my friends die and losing battles. I guess it's settled then. Not even a hint, huh? Geez, I really am all alone on this one. I guess I'll stay. If I left, there wouldn't be any coming back. It might be something I'd instantly regret. Things are going to get harder for the Brotherhood before they get easier. I should support them in whatever way I can. Huh! Well, that's imaginative. But it's not really for me. I couldn't get one of their most reasonable members to accept a rational argument. I don't see them coming out in droves to support my coup. And that's really not what the Brotherhood needs right now anyway. They're hanging by a thread. I see that now. I thought I knew him better than that, but it was like talking to a stranger. They may be a bunch of wooden conformists, but anything I did without them would feel empty. I'd always be reminded of this day, how I wasn't strong enough to stand by them. So, I guess I'll stay. Won't be easy, but at least I won't feel guilty about the choice. Well, I knew he wouldn't listen to me. That's why we went out of our way to find something that he couldn't ignore. But it didn't make any difference. How can I help them when they won't accept it? It wouldn't matter. The Elder has final say. The hell of it is he's one of our most progressive members. If I can't get him to agree, it's hopeless. He won't tolerate any resistance. If he catches wind I've been talking to people, he'll charge me with sedition. Wow. Good thing the safety was on. Ah, hell. Well, how could you know, right? Okay, 2 other options still on the table. Let's get going. I'd like to get my mind off all this. And some fresh air would do me some good, right about now. You were kidding just now when you said that thing about the Codex, right? Silliest dressed band of raping, slaving marauders you'll see east of California. I'll say that. Where's that touch of old world class? Although, I hear the soldiers mount each other as much as they mount their women, so maybe they did keep a little something from the Empire. No such privilege for the women, though. Figures. So, to answer your question, they're a bunch of hypocritical jerkwads. It's a word. No. We only protect people from themselves, and only in the sense that we don't let them have the really good pre-war toys. We've had people go rogue, though, and start helping people. One chapter had a small civil war over it. We take our isolationism seriously. And sometimes it's more like we protect ourselves from them and hope to outlive them and become humanity's sole heirs. It pays like ass, but it's hard to get other work with my skill set. What do you want to know? Let's. What are your thoughts? Okay, I won't. Yeah. It's not for poker. I've never seen anything quite like it, but I can tell you it looks like it was fabricated before the war, and not at a mint. Some kind of tech. I'm going to say mid-2200s. Hold on to it. Might be your lucky chip. More sexual favors than I can even count. I am still tired from it. No, actually, you're born into it. My parents, their parents, so on. When you're young, you can choose to leave, but it's home, so most people don't. We don't take on new members, really. You can do the math on our long-term prospects based on that point. I keep hoping we'll change that. Yep, it's your typical city layout. Rich people in a gated community surrounded by extreme poverty. House gave the area around the strip to the locals, but he has no interest in it, so he ignores it entirely. It just needs new management. I'd love to see the Brotherhood do it, but since the Codex doesn't say clean up Freeside, no one listens to me. Bunch of sticklers. I'm a procurement specialist. Like I said, it's basically grocery shopping, except sometimes the groceries are scavenged parts and arcane technology. The elder who brought us to the Mojave, Father Elijah, usually had me looking for these old memory units, but he'd never tell me what they were for. Nowadays, I'm usually sent to do business with traders at places like the 188, but sometimes I think it's just to keep me out of everyone's hair. Darn it! I had some spectacular answers coming too. Good question. These days, it's hard to say. Once upon a time, it was about technology. Controlling it so it couldn't destroy us again. Energy weapons and power armor are usually tops on our list, although I appreciate anything that's vintage. But that all seems so limited now. We haven't grown or adapted, and now we're stuck in a hole, not carrying out our mission. I'm worried they'll be the death of the Brotherhood. They take what they want. We defend our interests to the death. But there's a handful of us, and tens or hundreds of thousands of them. So It's not going to end well. Last time we clashed, we lost a lot of people. Retreated to our bunker. Now we're afraid to even move around during the day. I know sometimes I sound like I don't. I know. But there's something that still rings true to me about our code. There's an honor to it. We're protecting people. Even if it's from themselves, it's a good cause. We just lose sight of the big picture sometimes, treat all our practices with the same sacredness. He was our elder when we came east. A wizard with technology, really. His mind just worked that way, naturally. I learned a lot from him. But he started having disagreements with the other elders. The Brotherhood's interest is in old technology. He wanted to explore developing new tech. And there were other ways he wanted to push, other weapons, ones with ethics questions attached. Rather than deal with him, they sent him east. I like punching things, but sometimes shooting things just has to do. Ah, the Codex. If it's in there, we have to abide it. If it's not important. It documents our history, too. Part of what scribes like me do is update it. I wonder. Nah, they'd probably catch it if I rewrote the Founder's axioms. Yeah, they say he built the strip. Of course, they say a lot of things. No one's actually met him. Me? I think it's a hoax. Probably a group of people who want to avoid attention or some made-up persona of a self-aware computer. Why else would he shut himself in like that? I called him family before. That's not far off. Both the good and the bad. It's like a big, unending family reunion in that bunker. There's people you love, people you'll never speak to again, and it's always awkward when you run into someone you used to date. I don't like the sound of this. Hope that color isn't what I think it is. What did you do, Elijah? Sure. He's one of the hotel managers on the strip. He comes up in the news now and then. Him and the other chairman run the Tops. It's one of the nicer hotels. Or so I hear. Elder McNamara wouldn't shell out for a passport for me, so I've actually never been to the strip. Why do people get so cheap when they get old? Good idea. I think that'd be best. There's a followers outpost up near one of my old scavenging grounds. Used to do some trading with a doctor there. If it's all right, I'd like to head that way. Meet some people, see if I could be of any use. If I work out of there, I'll still be able to keep tabs on Hidden Valley if I needed to. I know that route like the back of my hand. Sure. I want to establish a connection with the followers first, but as far as I know, drifting is part of the job description. Isn't that what I just said? I know I'm responsible. I was just trying to put it all behind me. Find some place where what I do would actually have some influence. I should have expected this, though. Different story, same ending. No, I think it is. I have to be resolved about this. If I waver, it'll just make things harder. They need me, and I'm not going to abandon them. Sure, but how long before the NCR or Caesar's Legion track us down and take it by force anyway? But if we recruited knights from outside the group, maybe we could actually defend it. I don't know. I'm still thinking about what kind of role we could take on that would give us the best chance of survival. But I think things are starting to come together. Yeah, I've got the rest of my life to help them out. I could spare a little while to see things through with you. I think so. 2 things the Brotherhood has a lot of. Hardheads and lasers. Wouldn't be the first time a disagreement ended like this. Plus, we killed all the witnesses. I know the odds aren't good, but I gotta try. I can't lose them. No, I don't, do I? If I did, none of this would have happened. I should have left a long time ago. Cut my losses before it came to this. I never stood a chance. Yeah, but only if you've got bodies to fill the suits. We don't take on new members. We're all descendants from the original Brotherhood. Something's gonna have to change, or the empty suits are gonna be all that's left of us. Wow, you sound like Elder McNamara. I know, I should. Hell, it's what I signed up for when I chose to stay into adulthood. I know there's something we're saving in there, but we're in decline. Our membership is decimated. There's got to be something we can do. I think you're right. We're getting desperate. Hardly enough people to sustain ourselves as a chapter. They'll see the light, sooner or later. But I get the feeling if I don't take matters into my own hands, the change won't come in time to make a difference. Yeah, I think if I stayed, I'd end up causing trouble. Sometimes I just can't help myself. This way is better for me and for them. No, not a chance in hell. I'm not risking this happening again. I'm gonna have to keep to myself. Better that way, for everyone. I'll still finish what I started with you, though. If you're not afraid, that is. I'll just try not to get too caught up in it all. Well, I shouldn't have come within a mile of here. I know that. These poor people. Seems like either way, there's not much I can do to help anyone. Think maybe it's safer if I don't try. I want a dress. Can I make it up? Hey, you try getting a date wearing scribe robes. Might as well be wearing sweatpants. I just like them, you know? They make you feel like a woman. Those ladies before the war, they knew what they were doing. Yeah, a good one. Something elegant and classy, you know? but still stylish. Something that's eye-catching and sexy, but also says, don't fuck with me. I keep hoping I'll come across some old-world designer gown when I'm scavenging, but it never happens. Maybe I should move back to California. Just my parents, but they haven't been around for a long time. Dad was a paladin, Mom was a scribe. They died in the same battle, trying to hold off the NCR from something. I don't remember what it was. Guess it seemed important at the time. Okay, so take the Brotherhood, replace their knowledge of superweapons with half as much knowledge of medicine and farming, sprinkle in a little compassion for people outside their group and healthy disrespect for authority, and voila, followers. I never really considered joining before, but now that I think about it, it really sounds like it could be a good fit, doesn't it? I learned what I don't want to become. In the end, there was just him and his vision. Nothing and no one else. Okay. On our way east, he demanded we stop at Helios 1 to examine it. While we were there, we received word that the NCR had taken the dam. He was furious. Called it children playing with a bomb, but he was mad because we'd lost his power. What we'd use it for. He didn't even care. He did. For years, he fought with the council, taught me to question our direction. Meanwhile, he'd become more out of touch than all of them. It was by his request, actually. He cleared it with the other elders. Somehow. They sent him to look into the dam. There was a time when I'd have begged to follow. Watch him at work. He said the Brotherhood was doomed, but that he'd return, save us. But the way he said it, I don't know. It was strange. Even for Father Elijah. He's always been unstable, but this was something else. I don't want to say delusional, but I don't know what else to call it. The only thing familiar about it was the signature. Said he'd return with one of the greatest treasures of the old world, make the Mojave like it was meant to be. Wipe the slate clean. I don't know. Last time anyone saw him was in the battle at Helios 1. I wasn't there. He gave orders to hold the plant until he could be reactivated. But he ran out of time. The NCR overran it. Everyone thought he was dead. But I got a note from him at a comm station. That's how he liked to talk, even to me. He wasn't good at face-to-face. Elijah could look at an old device and immediately understand what made it work. And he could see its potential, where it fit with other technology. It's not something he could teach, but he tried with me. Some of it stuck, but that's what he taught me. You ask what I learned from him. I would say he was my tutor, but that doesn't cover it. After my parents passed, he looked after me. The whole Brotherhood brought me up, really, but he made sure of it. I never had a grandfather, not that I knew, anyway. But Elijah was in some ways what I'd imagined a grandfather to be. Yeah. I miss him. Yeah, I did. I couldn't help him. He just didn't listen. And the idea that people talk back to him. If he could have made the Brotherhood act like machines, ordering them around with the push of a button, he would have. Like what? They're cautious. When they discover something, they respect it, learn its limits, consider how to preserve it. Used to drive Father Elijah crazy. That's not to excuse the other elders, though. They all covet technology for its own sake. Some are just more fanatical than others. He liked to learn limits too, but only so he could push them. No. Couldn't bring myself to leave everyone else behind. Couldn't convince her to stay, either. I don't know where she is now, but I'm sure she's moved on. I still think about her, though. Once in a while. I'd hoped love would be enough to influence her decision, but it wasn't. We were both too stubborn. She left the Brotherhood. Wanted to put some distance between herself and her parents. Since our membership isn't open to outsiders, some members think that obligates all of us to procreate. You can guess which camp her parents belong to. I was, once. We were pretty young, but I like to think it was love. Ever been nosy? Shoot. Ooh, got any juicy gossip? Sure. If you take trying to keep me as far away from Hidden Valley as possible because I ask too many difficult questions as a sign of respect, oh yeah. That's not to say I don't get along with them. I just think they don't know what to do with me sometimes. Not sure what my parents would think of me fighting for the NCR, but for New Vegas, it seemed like this was the best chance at stability. I don't regret it. Never sided with a group of marauders before, but I think the Brotherhood stands a better chance against them than they did against the NCR. That gives me some hope. For some reason, it warms my heart that we fought for the kooky old geezer. Guess he reminds me of someone. Independent New Vegas. If that isn't redundant, I don't know what is, but I like its chances. Step into my office. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Look what they're wearing. I've only seen dresses like those in my dreams. And even then, I couldn't afford them. All right, put 'em up. Let's see what you got. Hey, I can't go in with you. I'll wait here, okay? Huh. Figure it'd have more buttons and dials and stuff, you know? Oh well, it's still the electronic equivalent of a disease from Gomorrah. Hey, the gang's all here. Let's give the Mojave something to remember us by. I never thought I'd see you again. I'm glad you're here. Hey, the gang's all here. You sure? Some other time, then. Ah! For me? Do you mean it? No, it's too much. Well, okay, but it's too much. Oh, it's perfect. Thank you. I wish I had something to give you. Wait. What about punching? That's the gift that keeps on giving. I could work on your punching with you, if you like. Show you how to counter like a scribe. See? Just because it doesn't shoot lasers doesn't mean it's not worth looking into. We could do amazing things with this data. Ah! For me? Do you mean it? No, it's too much. Well, okay, but it's too much. It's perfect. Thank you. Nowhere specific. I just know there are a lot of groups who are actually doing well for themselves out here. I want to understand how and why. See them at work. Hey, a dress. Thank you. I am totally trying this on later. Aw, you shouldn't have. It's just my taste. Thank you. Thanks. Wasn't wild about sticking around here on my own. I like long walks in the desert and candlelit metal workshops. Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes. Yeah. I've been taking things apart and putting them back together since before I said my first word. You want to build something? Talk to me, and we can do it right there on the spot. Workbenches are for novices. Who knows? I might even be able to show you a Brotherhood trick or two. Oh God, I don't know if I can do this. Don't take too long, all right? It was a dam, really. We'd heard rumors it was working. Figured we could claim it, put it to use. And it may also have been partly that our elder at the time had worn out his welcome. Didn't end up mattering. We got sidetracked at Helios 1, and the NCR took the dam in the meantime. We're still after it, though. In theory. That was hard to watch. Unlikely. He was a little too focused on gears and diodes. Tech was the cure-all. Would you mind if I looked at the message? Would you mind if I listened to the message? Yeah. Thought as much. He'd been fading away for a long time. Fine. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. Keep it. I won't ask again. Would you mind if I listened to the message you found? Trapped him? Where? And I don't like saying this, but the Mojave's safer with him. There. Did he say anything when you met him? Anything at all? Where did you get this? Guess I was right about the bad news, huh? Same look Elder McNamara always gave me when I was up for promotion. What was on it? What did he say? The parts I understood? Didn't matter. Past all the garbage, all it amounted to was goodbye. You killed him? But you did? Where? Oh my God, I mean, I thought... I don't even know what I thought might have happened to him. But you don't have a "this is good news" expression on your face. Sorry. Feel a little out of it. Head spinning a bit. Oh. I think he left me a gift. Maybe I can use it better than he did. All right. I'll listen to it. Would you mind if I looked at the message you found? All right. I'll watch it. I guess he was lost a long time ago. Even at the end. Still, thanks for bringing word. At least now I know. It doesn't matter. He died when we all retreated to Hidden Valley. I didn't expect to see him again. No one did. You think that did it? Maybe we should test the rangefinder outside. Yeah. I guess it works. Yeah. Guess the roads must have been long then, if you forgot where you started from. Forget I said anything then. And? Yeah, I'm not worried. They can handle themselves. But somebody has to get the groceries, know what I mean? And actually these days, I think they'd rather have me out here anyway. But that's a whole other story. So listen, can I ask you something on the level? Sure. It's a small wasteland. I'm sure we'll run into each other again. Wow, you have come a long way then. I've never been there, but I've met some traders who pass that way. Well, welcome then. I'm Veronica. I live in a hole in the ground. That's why I asked. My business is boring. You try trading and scavenging for a living and see if you don't start nosing into other people's affairs. Huh. Well, in that case, I take it back. You look pretty good, given the circumstances. Well, a bunker, if you want to get technical. I think it sounds more interesting my way, but I'm not there much anymore. I'm usually out here picking up food and supplies for my family, whatever they need. I had a run-in with this group calling themselves the Brotherhood of Steel. Pretty strange bunch. Do you know anything about them? Oh my gosh, really? Well, I didn't see where they went, but I'll keep an eye out. Wow, I had no idea they were so dangerous. Thanks for letting me know. Glad I didn't do any business with them. Aw, you really know how to make a girl feel like a stray cat. But, okay, my offer stands. if we run into each other again. Like I said, they can handle themselves. And I'm not the only one getting supplies for them. It's a big family. Not very friendly, are they? Well, thanks for weighing in. Gives me something to think about. Now you're talking. One thing you should know first, though. I ask you about the Brotherhood because I'm one of them. I know, but I had to know how you react when I told you. We have made a lot of enemies. You still okay bringing me along? You think? Well, good then. That puts me a little more at ease. Hey, so where are you headed anyway? That seems wise. I think I am too, although for how much longer, I'm not sure. Do they? Oh, that's a relief. I wasn't so sure myself. Protecting people from technology seems like a big job for such a small group. Yeah, it's pretty far out, right? Fixating on old technology just doesn't seem very relevant to most people's lives. That bad, huh? Guess I'm lucky I got away with my life. I'll make sure and avoid them from now on. Thanks. Huh. Just on your way to do a little heavily fortified sightseeing. Kind of a thrill seeker, aren't you? Just wherever the wind takes you, huh? I like that. Keeps things interesting. I'll be honest. You're the first person I've run across out here that looks like he can really handle himself. There are places I've never been to that'd be too dangerous for just me. What do you think? Maybe we could travel together. Help each other out. Guess we have that in common then. He's got no resources but a decent cause. We've got plenty of resources and a totally lost cause. No power armor, no energy weapons, and they're giving the NCR more trouble than we ever did. Ordinary guys with knives and bullets, and they're taking over Nevada. There's a lot more troops here than we thought. No wonder we couldn't hold Helios 1. A bunch of shut-ins who scorn outsiders and hold technology over them. Gee, where have I heard that one before? Can't help but be impressed with what they're doing here. It's a free wasteland. Good. That's the look I was going for. Trust me on this one, though. You'll be glad you brought me along. If I turn out to be a burden, we can part ways at any time. No hard feelings. Good. I'd hoped you'd come around. Shall we? Ooh, very exciting. Gonna strike it rich, huh? Oh, nowhere in particular, really. Just hoping to see more of the world. Looking for a fresh perspective. I want to see how different groups have adapted to survive in the Mojave. See if there's something I can learn from. That's okay. I wouldn't expect anybody to. I think they tend to keep to themselves. Well, that shouldn't be a problem for me. I can't afford anything like that. Wow. I've got to admit, you have completely defied my first impression of you. Eye lasers. I'll be sure and look out for that next time. Any other juicy bits of intel? Suit yourself. You can always change your mind. This is quite a journey you're going on then. Must be an interesting relationship to have brought you all this way. God, you're not lying, are you? You really did kill them. In that case, this is for them. Fair enough. Maybe one day I'll have your complete trust and I can be on a long leash. A girl can dream. Sure, just don't ever ask me if your outfit makes you look fat. My favorite subject. I'm great at punching people. I'm not gonna lie. It's a gift. Well, thanks for taking a chance on a naive young girl from California with stars in her eyes and a pneumatic gauntlet on her hand. Let's hit the road, huh? Even the stupid NCR is investing in new research. We're getting left in the dust, leading its people to a new land with big dreams and a clean slate. Makes me think of my old mentor. Holy hell, that's a lot of energy weapons. Guess we dropped the ball on that one. He was dead when I got there. This better not be about the meaning of life. Well, when two people really love each other, you really don't know this stuff yet? Ooh, do I get a prize if I answer right? I was told we wouldn't be tested on this. A lifetime supply of Fancy Lad snack cakes, revenge against my enemies, and world peace. In that order. I was young and I needed the money. See you around. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. The pulse gun. Although maybe the rangefinder could work too. And it looks like the NCR was onto some miracle farming technology. Hey, you got a second? I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through head scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well. Listen, I want to thank you for helping me out. I'm sorry that things didn't go like I'd hoped, but at least I got the chance to try. At least I know for sure that there was nothing I could do. Thank you for giving me that chance. God, I did this. This was my fault. Why didn't I see this coming? Of course they'd track me. Of course they'd assume the worst. Sure, I left them, but that didn't mean I'd ever be free of them. I should have known I was beaten before I began. I had to try, you know? God, I should get used to this, I guess. People get desperate. They turn on each other. First thing to go is trust. I don't think it's ever going to be the same for me in there. knowing no matter what I do, it's gonna end badly. But they're all I have. You can't help but notice that the Brotherhood barely exists to these people out here. We're like an urban myth, no real presence on the outside. We just don't adapt like we should. Used to be that all you needed to get your way was a suit of power armor and a laser rifle. Now, people are armed and organized. They're not afraid. But we still stick to our old approach because it's all we know. You know, I've been thinking. The real problem with the Brotherhood is that we isolate ourselves. Our training is top-notch, our technology gives us an advantage, but when it all comes down to it, we're losing because we shun the outside world. We always make enemies, never allies. We refuse to recruit outsiders or see the value in their simpler technologies. Well, if there was any question on whether I should leave, I guess there's my answer. Wow, Mr. House is looking for you, huh? What do you think he wants? Bowling partner? What'd you think of Mr. House? I was surprised he only had the 2 robot sex slaves. That chip of yours? I wouldn't wager it on blackjack. Unless the dealer has a 5 or 6 showing. Whole future of New Vegas seems like it's up in the air. Guess I should wait things out before buying a condo in the Ultralux, huh? Hope you're picking the winning side here. Be nice to fight for someone who's gonna be around for a while. Next stop, Hoover Dam, huh? When we get there, can we stop by the souvenir shop? Their beaver mascot is just precious. Clearly you're determined to fight the Brotherhood. Well, you can add my name to your hit list because you're on your own. Leave me alone. Why did you do that? They were going to let us walk away. Why did you attack them? I don't care that they started it. What you did was inexcusable. You need to go. Okay, listen, the Brotherhood, they're not always the friendliest bunch, but I won't stand for you fighting them. This is your last chance. Pretty addictive, right? You do it once, it just makes you want to do it more. I'd be angrier with him, but it's hard to stay mad at the guy who taught me how to box when all the other paladins told me no. He always does what he feels is right. Usually that's a great quality. He wouldn't listen. The truth was right there staring him in the face. How could he not listen? No offense, but you look like you've traveled a long way down some bad roads. Where'd you come from? Hold on. I see something I want to punch. What's up? Couldn't get enough of talking to me the first time, huh? Looking sharp, Ramos. Hey, Ramos. Hey, Torres. How's the old cage treating you, Torres? Still breaking hearts there, I see, Scribe Schuler. How are you, Scribe Schuler? I can hardly notice that lazy eye anymore, Watkins. Watkins. Don't work too hard there, Ibsen. You look tired, Ibsen. Scribe Taggart. It's your favorite student. Hey, Scribe Taggart. Did you get some sun? Harden. Hey, how you been? Hey, long time no see. At odds with leadership over the Brotherhood's future, Veronica looked to the Mojave wasteland for an answer both she and they could live with. But the answer would never come, and the dangers of the world that had left the Brotherhood of Steel behind would eventually claim her life. Hoping to lead the Mojave Brotherhood down a new path, Veronica sought to learn from the thriving cultures of the desert. Absent a firm solution, Veronica's expression of frustration with Brotherhood leadership would lead to her banishment. She ended her days a wandering tinker. Despite her departure from the group, the Brotherhood's peace treaty with NCR came as some relief to Veronica. Though she remained friendly with surface patrols, she was never again permitted to enter the bunker she once called home. But reports would emerge from Mojave scientists and social workers of old equipment miraculously repaired and research notes mysteriously completed. Fearing for the safety of anyone she associated with, she continued her solitary life as a scavenger. Though she'd seen the writing on the wall, the destruction of the Mojave Brotherhood came far more suddenly than Veronica had expected. The news devastated her. Despite her best efforts to leave her past behind, she found herself compelled to make one final journey to Hidden Valley. There she paid her last respects to the only family she had ever known. The Brotherhood's open aggression along the New Vegas highways troubled Veronica greatly. Nevertheless, it removed all doubt from her mind that in leaving them, she had made the right choice. Eventually, she would take to the road, less in hopes of finding a new home than of leaving memories of the old one behind her. The peace with NCR served to ease Veronica's worries about the Brotherhood's immediate future. Still, a distance had arisen between her and her fellow members that would never be bridged. She began secluding herself in crumbling libraries of the old world, learning of promising technologies she knew the Brotherhood would never adopt. The death of the Mojave Brotherhood came much too soon for Veronica, and in their absence, she felt truly lost. Yet in its wake, she took small comfort in her decision to remain by their side through their few remaining days. Veronica put her moral sensibilities aside and supported the Brotherhood's new campaign of aggression as best she could. Yet, deep down, she understood that it meant their end would surely be soon to follow. We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you. Yes, goddammit, it is. but you're gonna hear me out this time. The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us. Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die. This is a dead end for us. How could you? You're too scared to look. We need to engage the outside world. We can't win without new recruits. I'm trying to open your eyes. Come on. I can't listen to this anymore. This disc has secrets to breeding plants that can thrive in the wasteland. Think about it. No more trading guns for food. Total self-sufficiency. It's what we always wanted. Yes, it will. If we feed people, they'll support us. They'll join us. We unlock the secret of Helios 1. No, it's not. Archimedes 2 is an orbital laser, effective only outdoors in a limited radius and requiring a long recharge. They'd be marginally more effective. We lost most of the chapter defending glorified artillery, and nearly died for it. Tomorrow, you do it all over again, having learned nothing. A bunch of close-minded bullshit. But give it a chance. For me. I can't stay here and watch us waste away. We'll die out. We found a gun that disables power armor. One of these could defeat the whole Brotherhood. We have to stop limiting our focus to military technology. It won't save us. That's not the point. Technology won't win our wars. We need numbers, new recruits. I brought you a present. Let's go. We're wasting our time. Hardin. Elder. I know why we're failing. As long as we hide in here, ignoring the outside, our days are numbered. You do? Strike? That's how we got into this problem in the first place. We can't beat these armies. And the loss of Helios 1 says things are different now. Our arrogance would still have been our downfall. Maybe it's time you start looking forward. Let's go. We're wasting our time. Oh, no. No. Over here. Gotcha. Hey! Meh. Nah, forget it. I worry too much. Got any armor with less holes in it for me? What am I wearing? Cardboard? Whew. I've had worse. That's enough of that. It's gonna blow! Mind the explosion! I buy that. Why does everyone always say that? What is this, the hokey pokey? Okay. Then I guess I'll be back at the 188. Maybe digging in some dirt for scrap metal or something. Nice! Can I order room service? Let's go make trouble. Ooh, sorry. Don't want to be a third wheel, you know? Aw, just when the standing around was getting exciting. Hey, I can't really move now, but I'll follow you in spirit. My recommendation? More punching. Am I punching too much? I get carried away. Yeah, shake things up a little. You mean like this melee weapon right here in my hand at this very second? Yes! Finally! Everything is coming up, Veronica. You mean like even more? Beats wait until they shoot me first. Count me in. I like this plan where you're the decoy. What a coincidence! I've been doing that all this time. What are you saying exactly? See? I'm good at stuff. They'll never see the haymakers coming. Does jumping at them with my fists count as ranged? Fine. Are you talking to me or a future Veronica who is not already doing that? Good talk. Hey now, you're gonna have to buy me dinner first. This is as close as I get until you turn into a leggy brunette. No, sorry, I get distracted. Been scavenging too long. Yeah, screw 'em. Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress? You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you? Should have brought something to read. I don't think so. I knew I should have been an actress. If I die, take care of my salvage. It's getting dark. I'm not doing so well here. Do me a favor. Make sure they bury me in a nice dress. Easy come, easy go. Yep, definitely dead. Hey, something's there. You hear that? Huh? Hey, trouble. Uh-oh. Am I gonna have to take that away from you? Why do we always hurt the ones we care about the most? Careful, someone could trip on that. Grenade! That's better. Maybe I should have been a surgeon. You got a bigger gun I can borrow? I'm not even making a dent with this. Might as well be throwing rocks. That's more like it. Got my eyes peeled. Still looking. Big mistake. Come on! For the Brotherhood! Ugh! Whoa, Nelly! Abandoned ship! Look out! Lost him. Where the hell? Hey! Come out and fight! I'm gonna need some new limbs. We're overwhelmed! We've gotta run! Still nothing. Not seeing anything. Oh, there we go. Busted. Found him. I give up. Probably die of natural causes eventually anyway. Ah, screw it. Hey, that's not okay. What are you doing? Spare some ammo? I'm getting woozy. Hey, I need that for stuff. Come on, at least steal from a mean person. What'd I miss? Weapon's busted. Can't use this anymore. Need a new weapon.